Welcome to the AdExpert Podcast. We are immediately jumping into, well, one of the most critical and, let's be honest, often tricky topics in paid search, mastering Google Ads quality score, or QS. If you run campaigns and maybe feel like you're paying too much for not enough visibility, this deep dive is really designed to be your technical shortcut to maximizing that efficiency. Now, we've got some great material today, specifically insights from AdExpert. They're a Los Angeles-based online marketing and web development agency, really known for their, data-driven solutions, especially for local markets, but also beyond. They spent about a decade translating these complex algorithms into better ROI for clients.
That's exactly it. We're really talking about the engine room of Google Ads here. Quality score, it's Google's dynamic rating. It looks at your ad, your keyword, and your landing page. It's assessing how well all those pieces match what the user is actually looking for, their intent. But look, we can't just define it. We need to understand its impact, its real impact.
Right. Can we quantify that efficiency gain? Is there like a direct link between a better QS and lower costs?
Oh, absolutely. And this is key for this deep dive. A high quality score doesn't just mean, better visibility. It fundamentally changes the math behind your placement and your cost. The formula for ad rank, that's what determines your position on the results page. It's literally quality score multiplied by your maximum bid.
Wow. Okay. So someone with a quality score of 10 and just a $2 bid, they could actually outrank someone with a QS of 2 who's bidding, $9?
Precise.
That's huge leverage.
It is. Efficiency isn't just nice to have. It's kind of non-negotiable if you want to win. A high QS directly gets you a higher ad rank, often at a lower actual cost per click. Our sources point to 3 main pillars, things that determine this score: expected click-through rate, ad relevance, and the landing page experience. If you nail the alignment of these 3 with what users expect, Google literally rewards you. It gives you a discount, essentially.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's unpack these 3 pillars then, and maybe explore the strategies AdExpert suggests for actually moving the needle. Let's start with ad relevance.
Okay.
Ad relevance. So this basically means your ad copy needs to feel like the perfect, almost instant answer to whatever the user typed into Google. Like if they search 24-hour emergency plumbing service, your ad absolutely cannot be talking about general home remodeling, right?
Exactly. Precision matters.
And Google rewards that precision. We know that. Now, one of the most potent tactics we saw in the sources for getting that instant relevance is mastering keyword insertion, or KI, right there in your ad copy. This lets the ad sort of dynamically update itself to reflect the user's actual search query.
Yeah, keyword insertion is powerful, definitely. But, and this is a big but, you have to watch out for the risk of it sounding, wrong. Grammatically messy. If someone searches a misspelled phrase or some really long, awkward query, and your headline suddenly reads poorly or makes no sense, you've just torpedoed the user experience. And your relevance score tanks right along with it.
So how do you avoid that trap?
The pro tip, and it's crucial, is using default text when you set up KI. It looks like keyword default text here in the setup. So if the keyword insertion fails, maybe it's too long, or just nonsensical, the system automatically falls back to your clean, pre-written default text.
Say safety net.
Exactly. It ensures grammatical sense, maintains trust. It's really the difference between high-level optimization and just a failed automation experiment.
That distinction, that safety net of default text, that's the kind of detail people need.
Yeah. And beyond the techie stuff like KI, relevance demand structure. Tight structure. Your ad groups need to be meticulously organized. Each ad group, each ad, should focus on a really narrow specific theme or topic. If you're lumping, say, 5 different services into one ad group, your relevance for any specific search query just plummets. Doesn't matter how clever your KI is then.
Okay. And that makes sense because nailing ad relevance, as we just discussed, it sort of naturally leads into success with the second pillar, doesn't it? Because if the ad looks like the perfect answer,
people are much more likely to click it. Exactly.
Which brings us to expected CTR.
Right.
Expected CTR. This is basically Google's prediction. It's forecasting how likely your ad is to get clicked when shown for a specific search query. And importantly, it's benchmarked against all your competitors on that same query. So a high CTR. That signals high relevance and usefulness to Google.
Okay, so if we connect this back, CTR feels like the most immediate feedback we get, right?
Yeah.
You see pretty quickly if people are clicking or not. So we need to actively encourage those clicks through maybe psychological triggers, clarity. how do we make sure we're pushing those CTR numbers up?
Yeah.
Well, first, like you said, repetition, making sure the ad copy closely mirrors the search query. That's baseline. But then we need to compel action using strong, clear calls to action, CTAs. If you're, say, a local LA service provider, examples like schedule an appointment or get a free quote now, maybe even same-day service available, those create urgency, clarity. Definitely. Clear CTAs are vital. And this ties directly into another critical tool, one that often gets kind of put in its own box: negative keywords. We can work hard to encourage clicks, but before we even get there, we absolutely have to filter out the clicks we don't want, the bad clicks.
Oh, okay. So how does that work?
Well, imagine someone searches for cheap lawyers. Now, if you're a high-end corporate law firm, maybe in Beverly Hills, showing up for cheap is, well, it's pointless for conversions, obviously. But even before that, it hurts your expected CTR, because users looking for cheap are just going to scan right past your ad, ignoring it. That tells Google your ad isn't relevant for that context, even if the keyword seems related initially.
That connects it perfectly. So negative keywords aren't just about saving money, though they definitely do that by stopping ads on irrelevant searches. They're actually about, what, cleaning up your data.
Precisely. Data purification. That's a great way to put it. By aggressively filtering out the noise, those low-intent, irrelevant searches, you make sure your ads are only shown to the people most likely to be interested. This instantly cleans up your CTR data. The clicks you do get become more meaningful, and that helps boost your overall quality score metrics. It tightens the whole system, feeds Google cleaner data.
Got it. And of course, since things always change, you can't just set this and forget it. You have to be testing constantly.
Constantly.
Like having a real methodology for A/B testing, different headlines, descriptions, CTAs, finding what actually works based on data, not just guessing. Okay, so we've worked on relevance, we've boosted the click-through rate, the user clicks and lands on the page. But the journey's not over, right? Google keeps watching. It checks if the landing page actually delivers on the promise made in the ad. Does it match the user's original search?
Absolutely. And honestly, this is where so many campaigns fall down. They treat the landing page almost like an afterthought. Google measures user satisfaction here. Things like, do people bounce right off? How long do they stay? We need to go beyond just the basics of make it fast and mobile friendly. That's just expected now.
Agreed. Speed, mobile responsiveness. Those are table stakes today. So what are the maybe more advanced factors that really move the QS needle when it comes to landing page experience?
Okay, number one, I'd say, is instant psychological confirmation. What I mean is, above the fold content synergy, when someone lands, what they see immediately without scrolling has to instantly confirm the ad they just clicked. So if your ad promised 20% off all blue widgets, the very first thing they see should be a picture of a blue widget and that specific 20% offer, clear as day.
Right, no hunting around.
No hunting. If there's a mismatch visually or textually, people bounce instantly. And that signals low satisfaction right back to Google.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What else?
Second, you absolutely must include trust signals. This is huge, especially for services or higher-priced items. Think privacy policy badges, maybe industry certifications, secure checkout logos, even clear customer testimonials placed prominently. Trust reduces friction.
That's critical. So it's not just about the technical stuff Google crawls,
Yeah.
but optimizing for like human trust and immediate understanding.
Exactly. But the technicals still matter, of course. The page content needs to be super relevant to the search query that brought them there, and the call to action, the main CTA on the page, needs to be obvious. Use contrasting colors, make it easy to find. The path to conversion should be totally simple.
Okay.
So when you combine that technical side, the speed, the mobile optimization, with the more advanced things like content synergy and trust signals, that's when you get a landing page experience that really maximizes user satisfaction. And that feeds directly back into boosting your quality score.
Right, so we've got these three core pillars: relevance, CTR, landing page, plus the crucial filter of negative keywords. Managing all these interconnected parts, all moving at once. That sounds like where the sophistication of, data-driven agencies really comes into play. Let's maybe connect these strategies back to the broader context of how an agency like AdExpert actually operates.
Yeah, what's interesting from the source material is their focus on moving beyond just manual tweaks. The foundation is definitely a deep data-driven approach. They're combining the client's own historical data with pretty intensive competitor analysis, which is vital in competitive areas like Los Angeles, for example.
So they're not just looking at averages.
No, not at all. They're looking for patterns, deep pattern recognition. And this is where they leverage AI specifically for quality score management.
Okay, how does that actually work? Like practically, when we say AI solutions, how is it helping with QS specifically?
Well, a great example is in continuous A/B testing. Instead of a person maybe setting up 2 or 3 headline tests a week, an AI system can potentially run thousands of micro-tests simultaneously on ad copy variations, dynamic headlines. It rapidly finds those little permutations that really maximize expected CTR far faster than a human could.
Wow, okay.
And another thing AI excels at is generating highly dynamic negative keyword lists. It can analyze huge volumes of search query data, finding those really obscure long-tail searches that waste tiny amounts of money but add up, things human managers might easily miss. The AI keeps refining that filter list constantly.
So it allows for optimization almost in real time.
Exactly. Optimization on the fly, which reinforces this idea that really nailing QS management isn't a one-off task. It requires continuous monitoring, real-time data analysis, and constant adjustment. That's what delivers that long-term, cost-effective success.
Yeah, that continuous optimization, it feels like you're always chasing a moving target almost. It's not about finding the perfect ad anymore, but having the system to adjust instantly.
Precisely. Maintaining that capability. #tag outro.
This has been a really efficient deep dive, I think, into the practical side of quality score optimization. Let's just quickly recap the 4 core strategies for you, the listener, to maybe implement right away based on these insights. 1, really push for ad relevance, but crucially use that default text with keyword insertion to keep things grammatically sound. Safety first. 2, boost your expected CTR. Use strong, compelling CTAs, build hyper-targeted ad groups, and pair that with aggressive negative keyword filtering for that data purification we talked about. 3, enhance the landing page experience. Focus on that above-the-fold content synergy and clear trust signals. Make satisfaction instantaneous. And 4, embrace continuous testing. Whether manual or using text solutions, make real-time optimization part of your culture.
Yeah, and maybe to wrap up, if we connect all this back to the bigger picture, getting a high-quality score isn't like a project you finish. It's really a sustained, ongoing commitment. Daily, almost. And this raises, I think, an important question for everyone listening. Given the huge competitive advantage a high QS gives you, how are you actually measuring the opportunity cost of not continually testing and adjusting every single variable? Your headlines, your CTAs, those negative keyword lists, your landing page alignment. Are you doing enough to ensure you maintain that cost-effective success long-term?
That's the challenge to take forward into your own campaigns. Thank you for sharing your sources with us and letting us dive deep into the essential world of Google Ads quality score optimization. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.